Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 26th International Prisoners Festival, almost live on Südpolshow TV, and there are your hosts.
Hello, we are the reporters of the Munich Children's Radio, Südpolshow.
Could you please introduce yourself and your job in Little Lunch?
I'm Bernadette O'Mahony and I'm an executive producer on Little Lunch.
How would you describe the TV program Little Lunch in 3 words?
Funny, real, and silly.
And which one of these fits you the best?
Silly.
How did you get the idea for this film?
There's a series of books in Australia called Little Lunch, and there's about 10 stories in that, and they're illustrated by a husband and wife. And we took the idea from those books and then created a whole lot of new stories.
What do you want to convey with your film?
I think it should convey, I hope it conveys friendship and the fun of school and your friends and acceptance of everybody's differences and just the enjoyment of being a kid and the humour that is actually in life, in day-to-day life.
Do the actors also fool around sometimes, or are they very serious on set?
Oh no, they fool around. They were all in grade 5 or grade 6 when we made the show, so they were pretty much the age of the characters. So they were very familiar with being in a school, and they became very good friends very quickly. And there was a lot of laughs and a lot of teasing and pranks on set amongst them and the adults.
The child actors have to learn a lot of lines by heart. Is that difficult from time to time?
Look, it probably is, but they seem to make it look easy, and they do it in small chunks. The way you film something is in small chunks, so they don't have to know it all off by heart every day. They just have to know where it's going. And if the script is very good, it flows naturally because it's what a kid would say.
Each character has a very strong individual personality. Was the casting challenging?
It was challenging. All of those characters are, I think, stereotypes of kids that you would recognise in every classroom and every school. And often the kids are a bit like their characters. The boy who plays Rory is a bit like Rory. And so, so it is challenging, but we found the perfect kids, I think.
Does everybody stick strictly to the script, or do the actors improvise some of the funny lines?
Mostly they stick to the script. They had workshopped the script before they got to set, so the changes had been made before they got there. And the person who wrote the script is also the producer of the show, so she was on set. So if there were changes or suggestions, she was there to make sure that they were right as well.
Why do you use flashbacks to tell the story?
Well, that's also the way the books were written, but it was a really good way to be in the present and see the relationships as they were now, even if you're reflecting on something that had happened in the past where maybe the kids were not getting on and fighting. You knew that it was okay because you were also in the present where they're telling you it together as friends.
If you had to choose one, which of the child actors is the most similar to Rory?
The guy who plays Rory.
What about you? Which character were you the most similar to as a kid?
Oh gosh. Do I have to admit? Maybe Deborah Joe?
Do you think it's a good punishment to leave Rory alone in the principal's office?
Well, I think it was a good device for some comedy and for the episode. And I think if you look at the show, Rory likes being in the principal's office. He thinks he's assistant principal.
Is every lunch break as exciting as this one?
In the series, yes. In real life, I don't know. You tell me. You have a lunch break every day at school.
What is the most crazy thing that was happened to you while you were at school?
Oh, the teachers played a practical joke on us at school on April Fool's Day, and they tricked us all. We all believed it and got roped in. It was the best practical joke for April Fool's Day I've come across, and they tricked all of us girls.
The episode of Little Lunch we showed made children of all ages and even adults laugh. How important is humor in kids' television, in your opinion?
Humour in children's television is really important, I think. And I think we've veered away from it a bit and done a lot more serious shows, and we should be doing more comedy. It's a lovely way to tackle anything, even serious issues, with a bit of humour, and have it accepted and the audience watch it and enjoy it. But no, I think humour is really important for kids and for adults.
Why did you choose these books to turn them into a TV show?
There was something about the humour in the books and the real nature of what goes on in a school playground. Simple things like, someone hogging the monkey bars, or, girls being competitive about which dance they're going to do in the talent quest because they both had the same idea, or really, really simple little things that happen every day in kids' lives, just taken slightly to the extreme with lots of humour. It just felt very real to me, so I thought it was great.
And what do you like about the story?
I like the way the kids are all very real, very warm, and no matter what goes on, they are always accepting of each other and friends in the end.
And what is a good children's TV show for you?
Apart from Little Lunch? Oh gosh, there's so many great shows. Round the Twist is a classic kids show out of Australia. I think, here we've seen so many. I thought Gordon McGibbon's was lovely today. Dad this morning was really good. But there's lots of great children's television.
What can you learn from filmmakers from different countries?
I think we learn a lot at Pre-Jeunesse about filmmaking in different countries and the different cultures and the different ages that you can do things. In one country you might do it for one age, but in another country it wouldn't be accepted at that age. You learn a lot about their cultures and the sensitivities of what can and can't be done, things that we could do in Australia, some countries in Asia wouldn't do, and things like that. But also there's a lot of similarities. We all like to laugh. There's a lot of similarities in children's television around the world as well.
Which countries can produce especially good children's programs?
Oh, that's putting me on the spot. That's not fair. I think every country produces great children's television for their own culture. Not all shows travel and work in the rest of the world. Some do. I think to sort of pick one or two countries that do good children's television is a bit difficult, because I think everybody is trying to do their best and everybody makes great shows for their own local audience, and that's what's really important.
Does every country have special characteristics in making films?
I think every country does it their own way, yeah. And to meet the needs of their audience at that time and what's going on in the world at that time. So they all do have different characteristics. As I said, there's things that we can do that other territories would find difficult to do for children, and vice versa. There's things other countries do that we wouldn't probably show in Australia, so it's all different.
Which film or program is your favorite one in the competition besides your own, of course?
Gosh, that's a hard question. There's so many that stand out. I thought Sleeping Lions was lovely. I thought Dad from Wales this morning was lovely. Gosh, there's so many. Can I leave it at those two?
Do you think one gains a feeling for the culture of a country through a film or a program?
Definitely. definitely you get a real feel for the culture and the children in that country. No matter whether the program is factual or drama, you still get a feel for the country and the culture.
Why should your film win the children's prize, the Golden Elephant?
Because I think it's really funny, because I think kids all over the world love it, and I think it reflects all the different types of kids that are out there, the different personalities, with humour and warmth and love.
What do you think the children liked especially about your film?
I think kids like to laugh. I think they like to laugh. I think they would recognise the different types of personalities, the little boy that probably has Asperger's, the bossy girl who wants to win at every prize, the sporty girl, the naughty boy. I think there's one of those in every school, and the audience would sort of see characteristics and similarities that they recognise, and I think that's important.
And do you think there was something they didn't like that much?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the kids. I know in some territories, they probably wouldn't like being, I don't think any kid would like being sent to the principal's office. But that principal seems to be pretty nice because she's made him a little home there. But no, I don't know. You'd have to ask the kids if there's anything in there they didn't like.
How long did the filming take?
We shot an episode in 2 days, so 2 episodes a week. 2 episodes a week or 3 days? 3 days an episode, so roughly. So the children worked 4 days a week, and they had Wednesday off, so they'd work Monday, Tuesday, have Wednesday off, and work Thursday, Friday, so they could keep up with their schoolwork.
What's your favourite character of the film?
I'm a bit prone to naughty kids, so Rory would be my favourite.
And what's your favourite scene?
There's an episode about Grandparents' Day that you haven't seen, where all the kids' grandparents come for morning tea. And there's a lovely scene there where one of the boys, his grandpa's in hospital and he doesn't think grandpa's coming, and grandpa does turn up. So I think that's really sweet.
Did anything go wrong while filming?
No, not really, other than the weather, because we shot in winter, so we had some rain and things like that. But no, nothing major really went wrong.
This year's Prix Jeunesse motto is what it means to be me. So what does it mean to be you?
To be me? I think it means to be Australian. I'm, a product of my culture. I hope it means to be happy and free and caring and supportive. And I think it should mean to just enjoy life.
Do you have a personal music request you would like us to play in our radio show?
Oh, Pink? And I can't think of the song. Anything from Pink that is really positive.
Okay.
Could you finally please greet our listeners of the Südpolshow on 92.4 with your name and your job on the lunch?
Hi, this is Bernadette O'Mahony. I'm executive producer of Little Lunch. Do I need to say something else?
Don't think so.
No?
Thank you for the interview and enjoy the festival.
Thank you, I am. Thank you for your time and lovely to meet you all.